we have back here in the first line is the Revolutionary War, and there are approximately 34 Civil or Revolutionary War veterans buried here in Crawford County that were killed with Colonel Crawford. So we couldn't find any of the enlisted men's names. There was a couple of slaves that were killed. Don't know if they were property or free blacks at the time. And then Civil War, we've done as much as we could find, going through newspapers, military records, but I'm guessing I would say there's twice that many that died from Crawford County in the Civil War. Then the rest of them are pretty much well documented through records here at the courthouse and the library, and somebody or some people in the past made it a lot easier for me to find this stuff because they had it down. And one of the problems we had is these are people that actually died while in the service. If they came home from the Civil War and died a year later, we don't have their name up down here. Even though they may have been wounded and died of their wounds, we can't determine that. And that would be the same if Chucky and I were both wounded in Vietnam. If we'd have died a couple of years after we got home, our names wouldn't be on there either. So that was the criteria that we went by. We're putting 2 more benches in the spring, and probably back in here we're going to be doing a Purple Heart, something similar to this here in the center for the people that won the Purple Heart. And we've got to get the cannon cleaned up and new tires on it, and on the pedestal there we're going to have a book that's weatherproofed where you can look up a loved one's name and it'll tell you where to look, you know, like section G or section H, so that they don't have to, because there's over 500 names here in papers now, another 500 and some on the monument. So my sheets that I made up have over 1,100 names on it. And you'll see like 1st Infantry, 2nd Infantry Regiment. We have one in trailer there that's honor flight for, because we've had probably 20-25 people in the last couple of years take honor flight to Washington, D.C., and it's the best thing that's ever happened to a lot of us. So we got together and came up with that, and that'll be put in here hopefully before Veterans Day. Like Chucky said, we're selling pavers. We're not doing any of the big ones like this because we just don't have place to put them where they would look aesthetically good. And we're doing the 16 by 16s and below where we can, and we're recommending 12 by 12s, 8 by 8s. The granites I think are going to hold up better than what the bricks do, but it's all going to be here hopefully forever. So people of Crawford County have been great. We got about 180,000 in the project right now, and say another 15-20 we should be done. So we're about 90% of the way there.
Yeah, that's good.
And like Sean did the design, and Sean's team did the design there, and it's much more than we ever dreamt of, and it's so much nicer. And like county commissioners say, every day somebody's down here looking around. So I think we've done a good job, and thank everybody at the county commissioners for putting up with us.
Thanks for doing that.
It's an asset.
And, you know, hopefully here in another year we'll have the basis done, and Then if somebody wants to come up with something else for us to do, we'll look into it. But